Hi, today I wanted to share with you about the two times that I've been rock bottom in my life. One of them was in my personal life, and the other one was in my professional life. And so both times there's been an urge to pick up the pieces and get back on track again. So the first one was about 33 years ago, when I was in a marriage with a bully, and I didn't realize about the impact bullying had on myself, how it had affected me for 18 years, and so I had become very much a peacemaker. But once I was a young mum with two young children, a 3-year-old and an 18-month-old, I had personal responsibility to be a good role model for them. And when I realised at a parenting training that I had low self-esteem, it's like I set about to change my life, to change my thinking, to change my mindset. And at that particular time, I sort of thought that I would be able to fix the problem. And so I spent 18 months trying to do that. But eventually I realised that I couldn't. And so it was then that I had to have the courage and the confidence, which I'd started to build up, to be able to rebuild my own life. But, initially it was like, oh my God, this is my problem. I feel like it's the end of the world because I was, in a total state of despair. How could I let myself get like that? I didn't even know that I had low self-esteem. I didn't even know the impact that the way that I was living my life was having on my soul, on my spirit. And so there was a time there that it was like, well, what do I do? And so one of the things that I found was that for me, that there was a higher calling. And the higher calling for me was that I wanted to be a positive role model for my daughters. I wanted to create a positive home for them. I wanted to show them that they could have anything in their life, because I sort of thought, well, once I got on the journey of person development, that's what I wanted. I started to create dreams of happiness and success. I wasn't giving them where I was in a relationship that was negative. And so I had to make some moves. So that was my first time of being rock bottom, in those times of despair. And the driving force was my children pulling me upwards, even though they didn't know it. The second time when I was rock bottom was in my professional life. And so what had happened previously is that with my young children, I'd gone to childcare and I'd become a teacher and a supervisor, and I'd got into all the training, and that there was really my lifesaver. And also got me into personal development. And so everything I learned at all those courses I did back when my children were young, which was communication, leadership, teams, stress, assertive communication, parenting training I did, everything that I was learning was had taken into a business. So in the year 2000, I started a training and speaking business. And so after about 10 years, it was still growing. And then we had the global recession. And so within 6 months, all my customers had gone and all my income had gone. And so I sold a rental property and thought, well, okay, well, I'll be able to get through this and over this. But in fact, I couldn't. And so again, I was down on my knees. It was like, well, I actually don't know what to do, because everything I was trying in my life that I thought was the right thing to do just wasn't working. So here I was down on my knees again. And so what I had been receiving for by then about 25 years, or it might have been longer than that, 30 years of my life, was messages from the other side. And so it took me 20 years to kind of, learn a little bit about them, because it was pretty scary. And then once I was down on my knees again, it's like, well, I don't know what to do, so I'm going to follow what they said. So I wrote my life story, thinking, well, I'm not important, but really it was a journey of self-esteem. And then the other message I'd received was best way to teach self-esteem was through moving technology. So I wrote an interactive movie script. So for both times when I was down rock bottom, I had a driving force that was pulling me upwards. My soul, my inner spirit, my guide was sort of, my inner GPS was saying, well, there's something else that you can do, which got me back onto to learning, to overcoming the challenges, to overcoming fear, because fear is just a mindset that we have. So, everything I've taught, I've learnt myself first, which is why I can teach this. So I've written a book, How to Overcome Fear, to move from fear to faith. And so what I'm offering here is for people who are rock bottom or have been rock bottom and are trying to work out where to from here. If you want to contact me, we can have a free success strategy call. I'll give you a copy of that book as well. And it's about how to move forward when you're rock bottom and use those things that have been in the past that didn't work for you and learn what's going to work for you to create a better future for yourself. So thanks for listening, and I look forward to helping you.